Yeah, dog. Welcome to R2R Rector Riches once again with another cryptocurrency video for you guys. Don't forget to pound the like button, drop a comment. Always remember, not a financial advisor. For damn sure, not a professional. Just cryptocurrency, guys. Don't ever allow an influencer or any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency because you could lose it all. Now let's get into today's video. All right, the OGWEBCHEF Community Vault. Another day, another entry. All right. I'm going to keep my faith and confidence in continuing to go in, especially during times of low sentiment, negative sentiment, and the overall post chain ecosystem as a whole, right? The entire blockchain. Woke up this morning, saw a lot of people talking about the price in different chat rooms. So just another day in PulseChain where, a lot of individuals are upset across the board that we're not seeing anything happen, right? But that's when I attack. That's when I enter. That's when I make my moves. OGWEBCHEF Community Vault is where I'm going to do my daily entry, documenting my journey. And so far, things are lining up for me with the time frames, with the dips that we have seen across the board in Pulse Chain, as expected. Where we're at the end of June, heading into beginning July. We'll see how things turn out. Pulse Chain right now, 4 zeros and a 235. And shout out to the sponsor of the R2R live streams and channel for the past few weeks here. Don't forget to go to dexfi.com/bonds, where they have paid out already a total of $39,911 in USDC stable tokens over on Base Chain. Head over to Base Chain. You use Ethereum to mint your NFT bonds, which gets you your share, right? Your piece of the pie in their DexFi treasury, okay? And you earn passive income right now. That USDC payout is at an APR of 96.90%. Again, you use ETH, come over to dexfi.com/bonds, where you can mint your NFT and start earning. Already, $1,182,874 in Ethereum has been used to mint, and a total of 5,536 bonds have been minted in the form of an NFT. Check them out. Appreciate them. They are the sponsor for the past few weeks for the channel. Thank you so much. Shout out to the team. Now back to documenting my entries. I want to make sure that I'm going out there public, showing my confidence, showing my enthusiasm, showing that I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not just saying that I'm remaining bullish on this, because once you go into this, remember, no less than 2 million pulse, right, is the sweet spot. Because if you go below 2 million pulse, you get wrecked. If you go above 2 million, you get wrecked. In order to maximize the amount of unleashed tokens you mint, it's 2 million pulse at a time. Gets you 2.6 million unleashed tokens, which is not a tradable token, has no chart. It will represent your position in this DApp. And I have a tutorial video that explains everything, because today we're just going to do an entry. But remember, you earn 4 different yield tokens in the ecosystem. In addition to that, you get the unleashed tokens that is going to be a part of this vault system. And once things are firing on all cylinders, it could be a very, very fruitful opportunity that you got in while people were fearful. And that's when I strike, like I said. Remember, tokens that are locked up here, it's 883.9 trillion tokens. You can see right here in this pocket area. Also on the left-hand side, you'll see gas money, 203.8 million tokens. Once these bad boys get their ROI and they start generating some pulse, that'll loop into the system to help the overall ecosystem of OGWEBCHEF and the 3D Rect umbrella of tokens that print ROI. All right, so my vault stats. I got a total of 13 deposits, guys. Last deposit, remember, 2 million, never any less, never any more. So if you got way more than 2 million pulse, that's fine. You got 10 million, want to go in, even 100 million. Break it up, and each entry has to be 2 million pulse at a time. So that's how that's done. Now I got referrals is 11 people. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for believing in this, because this system is something that I believe in heavily, and I think a lot of people out there do too. It's just really tough as you try to truck along with the overall ecosystem being down. Referral bonuses, we got 8.3 million in pulse. Total deposits for myself personally has been 21.7 million pulse has entered. Now, I'm on a Chrome browser, guys, right? I am using Chrome. Brave browser seems to be the way to go. To click on the link in the description. You'll see this page come up and you'll verify that everything's looking good, right? But once you try to deposit here, you'll probably get an error if you're not using Brave browser. So the safest bet is go to the link in the description below. That's going to send you to smartcontractway.xyz. And all you got to do is, if you already click the link that brings you to OGWEBCHEF Community Vault, here you'll be linked up to my address, or I listed it in the description. Here I got my good buddy El Macho's address from clicking his link. I'm just going to copy and paste it and do my entry, right? Going to this UI interface that was created as if you're using the smart contract explorer page, like on Etherscan, or the way it should be on a PulseChain block explorer. So I'm simply going to go to payable functions. I'm going to go enter with my 2 million to mint my 2.6 million unleashed for the day, and move the chains on my target goal of 100 million unleashed. So I got El Macho's address there. Again, guys, I put the link in the description, and I put my address that you can copy and paste from the description of the video to enter here, just like I did with El Macho's. And then again, we're going to have the tutorial link provided as well to explain why you got to add the additional 18 digits. But long story short, if I add 2 million, right, you're going to see it says ETH right here. And for that reason, ETH represents Pulse. But since you're utilizing what you would normally call working with the contract directly, the smart contract directly versus via a block explorer, you have this wonderful UI to make it simpler. You got to add an additional 18 digits, though, in the form of zeros. So I'm just going to keep adding the zeros until it's up to 18 on top of the 2 million, right? You see here 20,000 ETH, which represents Pulse. 200,000 ETH, which is Pulse, now at 2 million. Now I'm ready for my entry. Click run function. Bada bing, bada boom. Right when I do this, I paid a little bit of a hefty fee right there. I paid about 50,000 Pulse for that transaction. But if you're familiar, you understand that as part of how the system works with the entry, the gas fee is pretty high. And you know what, PulseChain, when things are going crazy, parabolic with movement, man, gas fees can get out of control across the board, not just with interacting with the smart contract like this. So once that process is through, I just paid the gas fees to send that through. I'll be able to refresh and see my deposits go from, where are we at, 13 to 14. And then my total deposit will go from 21.7 million Pulse, and it should be 23.7 million. Because remember, 2 million at a time is going to get me 2.6 million unleashed. And then we can simply go over to pulsewatch.app and see the transaction take place and see that I minted my unleashed tokens. So that just happened and went through. Let's refresh. Now you can see I got a total of 14 deposits, 23.7 million Pulse total. Boom. We're in, baby, for another mint of unleashed tokens. And again, right now we're preparing, right? My confidence, my belief, my faith in the system is preparing before everything starts to take off. Because if you went into the chat this weekend, you noticed that, they had some admins in there, and 3D Rec talked about that everything is ready to go. Everything is ready to go. But they do not want to fight the downtrend of Pulse. So when Pulse starts to bottom out and show some fresh signs of recovering and going up, all cylinders are going to fire out. Okay, and this will be full throttle, and you'll be able to enjoy, the benefit of entering while everybody else was fearful. All right, I can't wait for that moment to come. Now let's go verify over on pulsewatch.app. The transaction did go through, so I'm going to refresh it here, and boom, you see that I used a 2 million wrapped Pulse valued at $46.96 to mint 2,621,440 unleashed. I got payouts in all 4 yield tokens. Anytime you interact and you mint, you get a small payout. When the yield kicks in, I mean, the first day yield when it was all autumn popping was pretty gnarly. So I can't wait for that when everyone starts using this thing and all that pulse that the that the remember is being held and the gas that's being held starts to loop into the ROI printers and people feed this machine. Yield could be crazy depending on your position. So I got remember pays out Ethereum, Wrap, Bitcoin, Pulse Pup, Hopium, and BFF token. That's the 4 yield tokens for this. And let's take a look here. What was I going to take a look at? So yeah, we got the 2.6 million now. I can go take a look at it even in my wallet here. I'm at 28.8 million unleashed. Remember, the goal is 100 million. That makes me happy. I'm getting closer, right? Once I get to 100 million, I'm hoping I get to 100 million before things start to pop off. Then that yield is going to generate some money to continue to increase that position using the system, right? And I'm excited for that. Now, in the meantime, if we go take a look here, Remember token, all right? So I want to make sure I buy enough Remember token and gas money before everybody else starts buying it. Everyone else is going to start buying it when the vault takes off, all right? That's my speculation. I want to have a piece of that pie way before. So let's go ahead and buy a little bit with what are we at? 9 zeros on 3848. Yeah. I mean, Chef wants to get this kill a zero. So what is that? Like a 2.5x from here? I gotta start buying it. And then gas would be a awesome play if that recovers too. But if these are the two main tokens that are gonna yield, I anticipate and speculate gas money is gonna do some big things. So I definitely want to buy it plenty of that too in between while I'm doing my strategy. And I'll just grab 900,000 pulse worth, 21 bucks, gets me 54 billion tokens. I'll work my way back to the trillionaire Remember Club, right? And listen, guys, times like these are decisions that we make in crypto on any dip, any period in time where people are not confident is what makes the difference between having massive success from actually making moves during this time and just having, decent success by just holding on and not selling and, waiting for the time to come where things turn around, right? Things turn around for the better. Everything starts to pop off. All the vault loops go into play. Watch the tutorial where I talk about these slot strategies. Right, they're gonna help because this remember yield, this gas money yield in Pulse when the ROI kicks in is gonna be a big play in factoring not only the ROI for Unleashed because it's the token, it's the Vault payout token, right? You hold it, you get paid out the 4 tokens, but it's going to be able to loop into the system to bring buy pressure. So there's the buy pressure amplifier, right? That injects constant demand, lifting floor prices across the ecosystem. That's Flexmas, that's Miser, that's all the tokens, right? And the printer yield loops where it deploys capital into an automated yield strategy that specifically benefits the OG printer tokens. And that's going to have the Unleashed ROI, streams a dedicated share of profits directly to Unleashed holders, your passive yield tap. There is a lot going on. The strategy runs real-time arbitrage and marketing tactics, then cycles the gains back to the vault. That is going to continue to loop, right? And having a position now before it is in its loop process, before it is compounding a massive looped amount of money. And this is a big, giant bag, right? That's a massive bag of Remember. So we've seen Chef kick Remember to 5%, 8%, 10%. Heck, we saw Flexmas go right below 30% ROI. So imagine how much gas, money, and Remember can print to loop into this system to print a lot of Pulse to feed into all the tokens. And remember, it's all ready and set to go, just waiting for the market, the right time, trying to be on time, on target. The links are in the description. I'll put the tutorial video for you guys to check that out. Confidence is there still. I'm entering. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm making moves while everyone's fearful, doubtful, upset, screaming, yelling, complaining. I'm collecting my thoughts, being calm, cool. I'm entering. I'm going, you know what? I believe. And since I believe I'm going to make moves because those moves can turn into a compound effect of much greater success when things turn around. And that's just my strategy. Don't forget to pound the like button, guys. Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.